Does Westtown School really know where your children are? As one administrator put it, when students sign out to leave the school believes the students are wherever they said they were going. The school stated they operate on, I quote, a great deal of trust. Any parent of a teenager knows that not checking on kids is a recipe for disaster. The school is lucky no student has been killed or badly hurt. We sincerely hope this never happens, but fear if nothing changes, it's only a matter of time.
Let me go back for a second to your role as the dean. You said part of the role of the dean is you are responsible for the students, the well-being and safety of the students. Is that correct?
I'm one of the people who attempts to be responsible for their well-being.
I believe, as John Baird said during a previous hearing, the school is in loco parentis.
Check to the form you may answer.
Yes.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Yeah.
Phrase it. When a student signs out,
yeah.
Who in the pecking order of the school, the dean of students or somebody else, is in charge of checking to see where students are when they are signed out from the school?
Check to the form you may answer.
I'm not sure anyone is responsible for checking in terms of following students and verifying that each time they leave campus they've gone where they say they're going. Ultimately, I think it would be fair to say that Westtown operates on a great deal of trust, frankly. We need to believe what students are telling us about where they're going. If there were reason to have question about where someone was going, and that came to, say, a faculty member's attention, they would probably bring that to me. So, or the assistant dean, but someone in the dean's office. So, while I think we are responsible for monitoring the sign-out books, as are a group of people called duty administrators who rotate through and are on duty each weekday evening and then on weekends. It's the responsibility of those people to pay some attention to the sign-out books. But that's different, I think, than checking to see where someone has gone.
The dean's office does not have any written policy on checking on students with their sign-outs.
Not to my knowledge, no.
And to the best of your knowledge, Westtown School itself does not have any policy regarding checking up on students' whereabouts when they have signed out.
Check to the form you may answer.
No, in terms of written policy, as I just described, no.
Okay. And to the best of your knowledge, Westtown's practice, as you've just described, is to trust that the kids are going to be wherever they said they were going to be in their sign-out.
Until we have reason to believe otherwise, yes.
Okay. And regarding the sign-outs of students here signed out and went someplace else, correct?
Yes.
All right. And is there any policy, written policy, that you're aware of, a written document that states how Westtown School checks up on students who have checked out, signed out of the school?
There's a description of sign-out policy in the handbook. It's reviewed by students with their advisors. It's reviewed by the dean of students with students in collection. There's a statement of integrity at the beginning of the handbook that governs all student interactions. They're expected to abide by the rules and to do what they say they're going to do.
Okay. What Chris Benbow testified to was that the school has no written policy for checking up on students who have signed out. Is that correct?
I think that is.
Okay. And what Chris Benbow testified to was that the school trusts that the students will go to where they have said they're going to go when they sign out. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that the school does not have a backup system of checking to see whether or not the students actually went to where they said they were going to go. Is that correct?
I'm not aware of a backup system.
Okay. To the best of your knowledge, there's no written policy sets up anything that checks where the students are when they said they've gone to sign out.
Yes, that's right.
All right, and the school hasn't put any changes into the policy since this incident happened to check up on where students are when they sign out.
No.
Students for the sign-outs, that include courses that they go to, like athletic courses, correct?
I'm sorry?
When students sign out, sometimes that's for recreational purposes, sometimes that can be for something you're getting academic credit for, correct?
Yes, that's right.
Like a physical activity, correct?
Right.
The equivalent of gym.
Right.
All right. And does the school get written confirmation from the places that these students supposedly go to confirm that the students were there?
I'm not sure. This is under the jurisdiction of the athletic department. They have to have an advisor or a program that they go to. I don't know what the method of checking on that is.
Okay. But you, as the Dean of Students, are not aware of any
I
written
am
policy sitting here today that Westtown School has besides trusting the kids to go where they're supposed to go?
No.
Objection to the form. You may answer.
Is to check up on the students more often regarding where they are when they sign out?
Objection to the form. You may answer.
No.
Based on the incidents that happened in this case and the disciplinary process that you've gone through, has the school changed any of its policies and procedures regarding the disciplinary process?
I checked the form, and I once again instruct you, if there were such decisions made and they were made in consultation with your counsel at the time, you're not to respond to the question.
And my question is not what the communications were, it's just whether or not the school changed any of its policies and procedures as a result of what went on here.
And my objection stands and my instruction stands. If in fact you did change anything based on advice that you received from your then current counsel, or even continues to be school counsel, you're not to respond to the question. If you can respond otherwise, then go ahead.
Only that we continually review those procedures.
Okay. So, and just so that we're clear, if the response is no, that you haven't changed anything, that's an answer that he can give without impinging upon the attorney-client privilege.
I did have conversations with Barbara Mather.
All right, but don't tell them about that.
Don't tell me about those. I'm just asking you, did the school change any of its policies or procedures regarding the application of the disciplinary process as a result of this incident with
not that I'm aware of.
What did the Westtown School Administration learn and do? They added a new rule. Students may now be dismissed for a first offense major rule violation no matter when it occurs, 24/7, 365, while enrolled at Westtown. Teenage students allowed to leave campus knowing they are unlikely to be checked upon by the school can and will get into trouble. As parents, we must trust, but we must also verify. When the school agrees to act in loco parentis, the school must do the same in order to keep our children safe. We consider knowing where our kids are by at least randomly verifying their whereabouts to be very relevant. Do you?